Good morning. Let me put my notebook over there. Okay. Okay, we are going to start with our usual nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're going to start with the intention of pulling up that beautiful Mother Earth energy, pulling it all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, filling up our whole energetic field with this beautiful energy of peace and calm and unconditional love. And then when we exhale, they like to say we expel all that no longer serves us. And so we're expelling it with our vocally through our mouths, like inhale through the nose, out through the mouth, and do that like a long awaited sigh, like kind of thing. So let's breathe in nice and slow. You can close your eyes. You can roll your shoulders if you need to. You can stretch your neck. Whatever you need to do to really drop into this moment and let fall away all of the rest of the day. Oyana siano tuyano oyana. So breathing in nice and slow. One more there. Okay, now we're going to put our intention on our crown. Pulling down that beautiful Father Sun energy, source light energy, the brightest light that you couldn't ever even see because it's so bright, coming down through our crown, all the way through our center channel. It's just cleansing, clearing, activating, just really and expanding these beautiful energetic centers in our whole energetic field, just cleansing and clearing and aligning. So breathing in nice and slow through our nose. Nice and slow through the nose. One more. This time pulling into the heart center, just really helping all these energies coming together, creating this beautiful balance of clarity and peace and calm and purpose and drive and unconditional love and all the things that we need, just creating this beautiful balance throughout our whole energetic field. And so, and as of course with our heart as the center in all that we do. So breathing in nice and slow. Breathing in. Breathing in. Oyana siano tuyana. Iana kiano suiano tuyano oyana. Kiano suiano tuyano oyana. Iana siano tuyano oyana. Kiano tuyano oyana. Iana siano tuyano oyana. Iana kiana siana tiana ana kiana oyana. Siano oyana. Iana kana, iana kana, iana kana, iana kana. Iana kana, iana kana, iana kana, ana, suiano tuyano oyana. Iana siano tuyano oyana, kiano suiano tuyano oyana. Iana siano tuyano oyana, kiano suiano tuyano oyana. Su ana, su ana, su ana. Okay, I did a nice little energy cleanse, like starting the day. Iana kiana siano tuyano oyana, clean slate, clean slate, clean slate. Iana tiana siano tuyano oyana su. Okay. Let's see where they're going to take us today. Four of Swords. Oyana kiano suiano tuyano oyana, kiano suiano tuyano oyana. Seven of Pentacles. Got to sneeze. I love that little... Oh, excuse me. I have a little cone incense going on over here, and I love it, but it seems to be attacking me this morning. Maybe it knows I feels like I need to have a little extra cleansing going on. All right, Three of Wands. So we have Three of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and Four of Swords. So that's interesting. We have one of all three of these different. The only thing we're missing is water here, right? But it took some water to grow all that, right? So it feels like it's represented a bit there. And then Oyana, Siono, Oyana. So let's see where they're going to take us this morning. I don't know why we're supposed to do this for a second. Hang on. Oyana, Siano, Tuyano, Koyana. Iana, Kana, Siano, Tuyano, Oyana. Trusting. I don't know. Okay. Oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. We're talking about opening doors. Let's see. Iano suiano tuiano koiano suiano tuiano oyana. Iana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano oyana. Either you don't know what's behind a door until you peek through the door. Oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. Iana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. Ignorance isn't always bliss. Oyana kiano suiano oyana. I just don't know like the direction we're heading in this yet. I'm just getting these. I'm just saying it as it comes. Oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano oyana siano tuiano oyana. Oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. Iana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. Iana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano oyana. Trusting in the path, no matter if you are feeling like, if you're feeling directionless. Iana kiano suiano, is that a word? Oyana kiano suiano oyana siano tuiano oyana. Iana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. Okay. Oyana kiano suiano oyana. I'm still confused about where they're going with the peeking behind the closed doors because you don't know what's behind there until you look. But they are talking about like trusting the path and just keep going, like keep working even though you're like you can't see the end of the road yet. Keep going. Oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. Because it is growing, like you started here and now it's up here. Oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. It's like slow growing, though they say slow growing. Iana kiano suiano tuiano kuiano oyana siano tuiano oyana. Iana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. Almost to the point where you're like falling asleep on the job. You're like, I don't know. Iana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano oyana. Oyana kiano oyana, like you're like, I don't know where this is, if this is growing, if it is going, where it's going. Iana kiano oyana siano tuiano oyana. That sometimes it could feel repetitive, sometimes it could feel just like I'm just toiling away here, not seeing the big ching results. Oyana kiana siana tiana siana tuiano kuiano oyana. Putting in the time. Oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano suiano oyana. Oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. Iana kiano oyana. There's something about not seeing the full picture. And then there's something about, And it's almost like I'm not going to know what this means, but you're going to know what this means. Because, like, okay, so one of the things is too, like, you have, like, there's this like one of those hallways with all the doors. And, like, you could stay at the end of the hallway and just stay there because you're like, I don't know what a door to go into. Or you can start peeking behind some doors because you're like, you're never going to know what's behind the doors until you start looking behind the doors. You're never going to know. So you might as well start somewhere. So just pick a door and look behind the door and see what there is to explore. Like, start like treating it like an adventure. Like, just try the things. Try these new things. Like, don't be scared to try the new things, and don't be scared of, like, there's so many different, like, different options to try in these different ways. And I just don't know which way to go. They're like, you're never gonna, you're not gonna know until you just go for it and try it. So just start picking a door and trying it. Like, if you have, like, all these different ways or outlets or whatever it is that it is for you, I feel like you're the one that knows this. I don't know what they're talking about, but you're the one that knows what they're talking about. And so they're saying you're not going to know until you try it. So just pick one and just do it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, then go to another door. And just treat it like an adventure, like you're going on this, like, almost like a road trip of opportunities, an adventure of opportunities, and just trying the different ways of doing things and being in all the in the different places and ways. Treat it like that and just see, because you just don't know. You're not going to know until you know. So just go. Okay. All right, knocking on heaven's door. So yeah, just go explore. Go explore. You're never gonna know. Iana kiano suiano tuiana kiana oyana kiano tuiano oyana. Oyana siano tuiano oyana. I feel like there's something else here that needs to come up. Oyana kiana siano tuiano oyana. You're like, okay, any day now, lady. It just feels like, so see in the bottom of this card right there's that little wiggly line there. And that is, like, if you've seen those vines and stuff, you'll see, like, the little twirly whirlies coming off of there. But in this case, it doesn't feel like that. In this case, it almost feels like it's representation of, like a worm or a weed or something that needs to be pulled, something that doesn't belong in there, and that needs to, it could be hindering the growth. And this could be different for each person. Like, so say if it could be like junk food for one person, alcohol for another person, it could be TV for another person. It feels different for each one of us, and so it feels like that's hindering your growth. It feels like, so see how it's kind of like there's no growth right there where that is, and they're saying it's because it's like blocking it there, like it's and they're saying that you know what this is, like it's been like kind of going on repeat in your head about, like, that you need to cut that out, you need to cut that out, you need to cut that out, because you know it's not doing you good or something. You just know, like, you've been getting the message of needing to cut it out. So they're saying you know what this is, you know what that is, that it's individual thing for you that's hindering your growth. And so we just need to pay attention to that and try and work on that, and not just keep ignoring it, because again, it's like there's no growth there. It's blocking the growth there. So you know what it is. Let's work on that. I know what mine is. You know what yours is. So it'd be like, just, I would love if you could share what yours is. Okay, and then also, okay, there's this one last thing here. So knocking on doors, because you're never going to know until you know. And just going and just trying all the different things, treating this whole thing. They just want you to treat this whole thing like an adventure anyway, because this is what this life is this adventure and growing in it, and healing and learning and all those things within this adventure. And so they want you to treat it as adventure as such, so that way there's joy in there. They want you to have joy in there. They don't want it to be like just toiling away. They don't want that for you. They want you to have joy in this. And once it gets to this I'm toiling away, then you need to figure out, why is it getting to that point? What can I do to adjust the dials here to make it like more fun? I want joy in that. What am I missing right now in this moment in time, that where I'm losing joy instead of gaining joy? We want joy rising, not draining. So we need to pay attention to that and see what it is, like see what weeds that we need to pull that's blocking that joy, blocking the growth, blocking the healing, blocking all of it, the learning, that kind of thing. Okay, so next, and then this here. So see how this is the other thing that's been kind of like in my, with tarot. If you do tarot, then you'll know that like whenever you do the reading of the day, your reading, then you pull the cards in your eyes and they have your attention going to a particular part of the card, and it could be different every single time. And then today it started out by like just looking out to the expanse of not knowing, like just not knowing. Sometimes you're plan, sometimes it's all about planning, sometimes it's all about, it's different each time, but still. So this one is here where it almost looks like, see how the ground is kind of curves down there, and then it could be like, that could be some water there, and it's kind of like he's standing there on the edge, right? And it kind of looks like the ground is washing away, and he's standing on the edge and he's looking the other way. And he just doesn't, and it feels like the ground's falling out from underneath him, but he's like, so it's oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana iana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. But he's holding on to his staff. He's holding on to his staff, and he is trusting in his guidance. He is trusting that I am supposed to be keeping my eyes here in this direction, and just know that the ground is not going to fall out from underneath my feet. That I am held. I am held on high with this staff of mine. Iana siano tuiano koiano oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. Iana tuiano oyana kiano suiano oyana. Just keep your focus ahead. Don't be looking in the past. And then also don't like dwell on the things you can't control in the moment. Keep going forward and focusing on the things that you can. Because if you keep dwelling on those things that you cannot focus on the moment, then you're never going to get any further ahead, even with those things, because you're too busy going, I'm scared, or I'm worried. You're feeding the worry, and the more and more it just falls away. They're like, keep your focus ahead. Oyana siano tuiano, oyana kiano suiano tuiano oyana. And that the way will be made clear. Like it's like there's like, there'll be like little directional flags ahead. They're like they'll be waving you some flags along the way of like, okay, and it'll catch your attention, and then you'll be like, okay. So if you keep going in the your direction that you feel led to go, and keep going that way instead of focusing on the worry and this fear and all of that of like things that you can't control, then they will keep you going in the right direction. They'll keep sending those little flags over here, and keep helping you keeping moving ahead. They will keep, it's almost like they're giving you like little cookies along the way to keep your focus and attention on what it should be on, instead of on the stuff you can't control in the moment. We can't control that. We cannot control that. We cannot control that. So there's no sense in, we can wallow in the worry and fear over it, or we could just keep moving ahead in the sense, in the way that we know we want to. We just want to. And want is enough. It's enough. What I want is enough. That's enough. You don't need 1,000 people to want what you want for it to be enough. What you want is enough. If you want to like go do a triathlon, but your house's foundation is crumbling and you got to figure out how to pay for that on top of everything else. You've got vet bills, you've got whatever it is going on with you too, kids in college, sucking you dry. And you're like, how the hell am I supposed to focus on a triathlon whenever I've got all this debt piling up behind me? So is the triathlon going to take is it going to take anything away from, you're already bringing in the funding, there's no extra funding, like it's not taking away like extra funding by you doing the triathlon. And you already have like, this is what you really, really want to do. So do the thing. Do it. You're meant to do it then. It's not, this isn't going away, but it's not going to like, it's also not going to, if you don't do the triathlon and you just hyper focus on everything that's going wrong, it's not going to solve anything. Then you're just sitting there staring at the pile of mess, right? Because the triathlon is not really taking that much extra time out of your day each time. You need to exercise and do other things anyway. So you're not taking extra to do that. Much extra. Like, it's more like physical and mental and all of that. It's not like you're taking a ton of financially out of the well too to go in there. And if you are a little bit, you are a little bit. You're working hard to do this thing. Again, it's not going to make a huge difference in what's happening. That it'll actually help you handle all that better. Like if you're doing all of that and taking care of this as you go, it makes it a lot easier mentally and physically, emotionally to be able to do both than it would be just to like just keep staring at your empty wallet. It's a lot better mental choice to go do that triathlon, even though, so don't feel guilty about it. Your want is enough. It's enough. You're worthy of wanting to do these things. And no, I am not going to go do some triathlon. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about you. Make time for joy. Make time for joy. Make time for joy. Explore. Go on adventures. Like oyana kiona oyana. And pull those weeds. You know what it is that it is. Like anasiana oyana. And they're like, okay. So they're saying most of the time they tell us to pull it out by the root, right? And they're like, this time we're giving you a little leeway. You could start like clipping away at it. Like, so say if you every single night before bed, you eat a giant bowl of popcorn or Doritos or something, and but it's something that for you and as an individual, I'm not saying that any choices are bad or good. I'm just saying, but for you as an individual, you feel it that like it's not the best choice for your body or mind or whatever it is. So you decide, I have it 7 days a week, so I'm going to start cutting it down, and each week less. So this week I'll do 6, since last week I did 7, this week I'll do 6, then next week I'll do 5, and then 4, and then 3, then 2, then 1, and then hopefully like maybe once a month or a couple of months, or then 3 months, I could start like really whittling it down like that. So then for the same thing with some other things, like now they're saying now if you have a real issue, so say like alcohol, if it is a huge issue where you need to go get help and go to meetings and all of that, then do that, pull it out by the roots. But they're saying if you just do like you're having like your drink, just whatever it is for you that you just know you know you can do better, then start doing better. And you don't have, like, if it helps you to do it like little by little, then do that. If it's smoking, if it's vaping, if it's watching too much TV, if it's whatever it is for you, let's start whittling away at it to get down a little bit less, a little bit less, a little bit less each time. So like TV, if you normally binge for a couple hours, let's whittle it down for a couple of shows maybe. Just come up with some plan and try and like whittle down. So there we go. We're going to pull out those weeds or trim them all the way back until we get to the roots, and then we'll figure out what to do there. And we're going to start peeking behind doors and trying new things and finding joy in all that we do. We're going to just trust and keep our eyes ahead and follow where we're being led instead of like hyper focusing on what we cannot control. If you're having like some sort of like major health issue, or if you're or the financial thing we were talking about before, like having to get your foundation jacked up or something, I don't know, then and it's something that you cannot control, we're going to keep moving forward and keep trusting and keep holding on to that staff of faith and trust and surrender, and we're just going to keep working on growing and healing and building this business, or building the whatever it is for you that they're like, just keep going forward, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop dwelling on what you cannot control. Or if it's your past that you keep dwelling on, stop dwelling on your past, because that's a hindrance as well. So adventure, trust, pulling the weeds. We can do this. We can do this, right? Ooh, fist bump. All right. Much love. Thank you for being here. I will see you tomorrow.